Alright, so we're back again. We're making some more candy. This time we're making some vanilla candies. So I just started it up, just put it on high to get it going, to get it start boiling. Got everything ready. Everything's ready over here. So we're ready to go. Should have some candy in about 30 minutes or so. I think I'm going to make the vanilla candies pretty strong. I don't think I'm going to make them very weak. I think I'm going to make them pretty strong just because I'd rather do it up than not do it at all. There you go. So we got cooking spray, got our vanilla extract, we've got our pans nice and ready. Good to go. What's up, welcome to the stream, guys. How's it going? Say, I'll read comments and all that stuff because I know it's going to be moving slow for a little while, so I don't mind if you're active in the chat. Got our little makeshift stand here. I'm ready to go. I did forget one thing though. Let me go get that real quick. Put that away, because why not? Cool. Gloves. You need the gloves. It's gonna be hot. Definitely need the gloves. I think I'm gonna leave you guys right here. This is probably gonna be a better view right over this way. Kinda sucks because I can't see the thermometer, but we'll be alright. It ain't boiling right now as it is, so rocking the Cheech and Chong. Starting to boil just a little bit. Let it sit for a second and see if it starts boiling up. And pick you guys back up for a little while. Hey, what's up, Chris? How's it going, dude? Sorry I didn't see the comments. Yeah, man, I'm making some candy. This is my third batch on stream, so I think I've got 7 different batches so far. So I'll send you some, but it's probably cheaper to just make it. Honestly. It's going to look real good soon if you come back in probably 20 minutes or so. We're going to have it out on the pan. It's going to be cooling down. It's going to be real nice, real good. I don't know if you've seen any of my other ones, but the first one that I put up, it has the pink and yellow candies. It's actually a tutorial on how to do it. So if you ever want to know how to do it, just go look up that video and you can see how to do it pretty easily. All you really need is gloves, cooking spray, flavoring, and sugar and corn syrup, and you'll be good. So it's really easy to make, real simple. Oh, and a candy thermometer, but any thermometer that goes up to 300 will work. Hey, the pumpkin spice video, yeah, that candy was actually really good. I didn't expect it to be that good, honestly, because I don't really like pumpkin spice other than like the coffees that you get near Thanksgiving time. But it was actually really good. I was surprised. I'm going to turn it down in just a second because it's starting to boil up a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Oh yeah, have you seen my other candies? I might want to get those right after this starts boiling a little bit. I'll show off my other candies for the stream, just because I like to do that. Show off my banana candies that I made yesterday. Those actually look really good. They're not too sticky at all either. It's a pretty decent batch of candy. I put a lot of the flavoring in there so it was really strong. Yeah, right, on candy it's legit, yeah. It was really good on the candy. I couldn't really taste too much of the pumpkin, but the spice, it was really good. It was a really good spice. There we go, we're starting to get a little boily. There we go. I just turned it down just a little bit because it was starting to boil up. You don't want it to boil too quick because you want all the water to boil off. And if it doesn't, then it's going to be real sticky. And you don't want your candy to be sticky. The first batch of banana that I made, it was actually really, really sticky. Even to this day. I think I had too much water in there though. Sugar. It smells like sugar. Yeah, it's going to be steaming a decent bit just because it's water, sugar, corn syrup, so it's going to happen. About 6 minutes into the stream and it's already starting to boil. Decent bit, it's above 200, it's about to 225, so we should be there pretty soon, but I don't want it to cook too quick, that's why I turned it down. I don't want it to get too hot too quick. Let it sit there for a second. And I'm going to go get these candies and show you guys the banana candies from the other day on the stream. So here's the banana candies. Pretty decent candies. Not sticky at all. Real good. I'm actually going to eat one of those right now because they're pretty decent candy, honestly. So I'll go ahead and stir this up. We've got the jar of candies over there. It made a nice big mason jar full, so you can never complain about that. And that was off the same recipe that I'm using here. It makes just about a big mason jar. I mean, about 3/4 of one full, so it's not bad. Definitely save a lot of money on it though. Uh-oh. Don't want to tip that over. Alright, what are we at? So we're just at about 225 now. I think you can see that. So I'm going to leave it sitting here for just a second. Once it gets a little, about halfway to 225, 250, I think we're going to turn it up to about 7-ish, somewhere around there. Usually it's about 7.5, but uh-oh, Facebook. Sorry guys. I don't think I'm going to answer that right now because I'm streaming. So we're going to finish this up and then we're going to answer that. So you want to make sure that you keep stirring it, because even if it looks fine, if you don't stir it, the sugar may burn to the bottom. It may stick a little bit, and you don't want it to stick. It's gonna, it's gonna burn the sugar. You don't want burnt sugar. That actually happened in my pumpkin spice batch a little bit because I cooked it to 315. You can see the liquid was real brown, and it wasn't as clear as it should have been. It was still really good though, but it definitely wasn't as clear as it should have been. I'm not going to put any coloring in this batch because I'm doing vanilla, and vanilla is white, so I'm just going to keep it clear. And since the sugar's white and the corn syrup's clear, it's going to make more of a white substance than a clear substance. Alright, so I'm going to turn it up to about 7 right now because it seems to be at a standstill. It's not really climbing too much, really slow. And once it gets to that point is when you want to start turning it up. You want it to just barely get to 300. You don't want it to be too much above that. You want it to just barely be able to reach 300. The longer it takes, the better. That means there's going to be no water in there. I appreciate you joining the stream, man. I really do. It's my first few videos like this. I know I've had a few people request for me to do it, so I'm glad I have people that are willing to watch it. I enjoy doing it as much as you guys like watching it, so. Whether I stream it or not, I'm always going to be making candy. So if you guys like to see it and you guys want to see something different, just let me know. I can try all different kinds of things. You know, if you guys didn't want me to make the circular ones like these, I could try to make little strips, like long strips, like kind of like ribbon candy. And I can try to do those sometimes. And me and a buddy were thinking about doing banana hard candy with chocolate on the inside, dark chocolate on the inside. I think that would be really, really good. Alright, so there we go. We're climbing a little bit more, almost to 250. That's about where you want it to be to turn it up to the final heat. I usually turn it up to about like 7.5. So I wait until it gets about to like 250 to actually turn it up to there. When you did the first one, I was more entertained watching this than regular TV shows. Yeah, right? That's what's up, dude. I love watching regular TV shows, too. The cooking shows and stuff. It's pretty fun. It makes me real hungry, though. That's why I don't like watching this, because it just makes me too hungry. I always end up making something for myself. Or buying something, and that costs money, so it's never a good thing. But luckily, you can make this candy if you wanted to at home for just about $1, probably a little bit under $1, depending on how much you can get your stuff for. You can make it for about $1. So this is always a good thing to do, just if you're bored or if you want some candy, just about anything. Like if you just want to do something, this is something that you could do. It's so cheap to do, and it's kind of fun to do. I enjoy doing it. So there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it up to about 7.5. Because it's almost at 250, so I'm just going to turn it up just a wee bit more. It's starting to get nice and syrupy rather than watery. So that's what you want. You want it to be all syrupy and nice. We've been mixing this up for about 12.5 minutes so far. And that's after I turned on the stream, so it's probably been about 13 or 14 minutes. Like I said, it doesn't take long to do, maybe about 15 to 20 minutes tops, and then you'll have everything stirred up and mixed up and all that. And then after that, it's all up to you. It depends. You could just pour it out and leave it there, break it up later, or you could do it like I do it, play with it a little bit, have some fun, or you know, however you want to do it after that point. The only thing is you just got to get it to 300 degrees, and then you've got candy. We're just about at 250. We're just one little notch away. See if I can put you in here real quick. There we go, that's not bad. It's already starting to string up a little bit. Starting to get all candy-like. Alright, we're at 250 now. So you can see it's slowly rising in temperature. You don't want it to get too hot too quick because, like I said, the water isn't going to boil off. So you want it to slowly get there as slow as you can. So like right here, I turn it up to 7.5, and that seems about decent. Doesn't seem like it's heating up too quick. It's still just above 250. So that's about where you want to have it. Like I said, yours will probably be different if anybody's making it at home. It'll probably be different. Just make sure that you have a candy thermometer and everything will be alright. The first batch I made just kind of turned out like a sticky jello. It was terrible, but you know, it was only one batch. It only cost me about $1, so it really didn't hurt too bad to mess it up. There we go. Go ahead and put this candy back in here. So we're almost to 275. We're about halfway there from 250. I'm just checking the comments. Sorry. If you can hear the clicking and all that, I'm not sure if you can. It's on my phone, so it's not going to be the best of quality, but it'll work. We can get the point across. Alright, so we're just about at 275. It's almost there. Yeah, you can see it good enough. We're almost at 275, and that's about what it's looking like right here. Starting to boil, but it's not really, it's more of a syrup rather than a liquid at this point. I like to get my cooking spray in already. Just take some cooking spray, just a little bit. Just like that. And just smooth it out with your hands. It don't really matter. I'm eating the candy, ain't nobody else really eating it, so I don't care. Put a little bit on the spatula just because why not? Might as well not have it sticking to the spatula. Just like that. So turn this back around. Wipe off my hands, a little non-sticky. I guess that would be slippery. This thermometer keeps falling over. I don't like it. Alright, so we're about halfway from 275 to 300, so we're going to start getting everything ready to clean up and pour and do our flavoring and all that good stuff. Everything to make it nice and good. Good, you can still see there. I'm actually going to do it right here to the side, right off the heat. Just so that I have a little bit more room and it's a little bit easier for you guys to see how much I put in of what. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off there because it's about 10 degrees to 300. You want to go ahead and get it turned off. I'm going to get the water turned on and ready to rinse off the thermometer because you want to have that ready to rinse. You don't want it to be sticky and have candy all over it the whole time. It's going to get all hard and it might break. You never know. So it's right now at 300. It's rising pretty steady. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Just like that. I'm going to move this over here. Now see, I took it off at about 305, but that's when I took the thermometer out. So it probably got up to about 305 or 310. And take your vanilla. Add a little bit in there. A little bit more just for taste. And you want to point this a little bit away from you because it will start splattering if it's still hot. So you definitely want to point that away from you because the water will boil off and it'll really start getting boily and agitated. So you want to make sure that you don't do that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pour it on my pan and turn you guys around in just a second. Sorry for the camera, guys. Sorry for the camera. I just don't want it to get all messy. You won't miss out on nothing, I promise. Alright, so here we are, guys. We've got it all poured out on the table. I'm going to get my vanilla all put away. You don't want any messes to happen, any spillage. So here we are. We've got our vanilla poured out. It's turned into a nice, I would would say clear, but it has a kind of shady tint to it, so it's not quite clear yet or white yet. I'm going to go ahead and turn that water off because that's kind of annoying. You just want to keep moving it right into the middle. I put a little bit of non-stick spray in there so it's not really sticking too much, but if you have like a marble counter or something, it'll work just fine too. It won't stick at all. So you just kind of want to leave it there, leave it right in the middle. So make sure you guys get a little bit up close and personal with it. There we go. Start readjusting the angles. There we go, that looks better. How's that, guys? Better view? I think that's better. You guys look at this. That's what you want. You want it to start getting real thick, and you can even see right here, it's not quite flattening out right there. That's what you want. You just want it to get a little bit thicker and thicker, but you don't really want to remove it off the heat, because if you remove it off the heated pan, then it's just going to cool up too quick. It's going to crack right off into your hands. So you definitely do not want that. You don't want that to happen. I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anybody, but I like to have fun, so that's what I like to do. I like to do accents, so. And if anybody's interested in Call of Duty, I do Call of Duty live streams as well. World War II is coming out, so I've been playing a lot of that. I've actually got videos coming up all this week on that, so if you're interested, go ahead and check that out too. I posted one earlier today. It is, I'm not sure, I think it's the 3 things that I like about Call of Duty World War II beta. So, yeah, go ahead and check that out if you guys are interested in that. I know it's 2 different, subjects on one page, but I'm not that advanced yet. I'm going to just keep one page for now. Who knows, if this takes off a little bit more, then we might start doing this a little more, so. But I'm going to tell you guys about both of it on both pages, so both sides of the page. Look at that. It's starting to just kind of fall off the spatula. It's nice. It actually smells really good too. And see, there's no special technique to it. All you gotta do is just agitate, just keep flipping it around. Make sure it cools off little by little. You don't want it to cool off too much. That's all. I'm still eating this banana candy, by the way, so if my voice is kind of muffled, that's what's going on. I just got my gloves on. You want to have your gloves because it's starting to get a little bit warm. And you're going to be working with your hands in just a minute, so you don't want to burn yourself. Yeah, it really doesn't take much force at all to scrape this stuff up. You just want to make sure that you do it nice, quick movements so you don't have it stick into yourself or anything. You don't want to stick it to the spatula or nothing like that. So, oh, look at that. That actually looks really good. I can't wait till we stretch this out. I want to see how nice of a white color this is going to turn out to be. The orange cream, that one actually turned out really good. A really nice white color. So, I'm just making sure that the stream's all good. I've had some problems with streaming before. So, just making sure it's all good, making sure everything's still here. Alright, so now what I like to do, right as it starts to get to this point, where it's hardening up, but it's not quite hardening, it's because the pan's just kind of too hot and it's just making it sticky. So I'm going to take this red mat off for just a second, just like this, and it's going to harden up almost immediately. I can almost guarantee it. Look at that, folding right over, just like that, in one big piece. So if you have a cool countertop underneath of the hot surface that you're mixing it up on and scraping it up on, then it'll actually cool down a bit quicker. But you don't want it to cool down too quick, so you want to have that mat on the side just in case for when it gets a little warm. You want to make sure that you could put it right back on there and everything will be alright. Doesn't harden up too quick on you. See that? Look at that. It's just turning into a blob now. So that's what you really want, is for it to turn into this big blob where you could just touch it and it won't stick to you. There we go. Oh, see, it's still kind of sticky, a little bit. Take that off. Alright, so now I'm going to start stretching it out, making sure it's nice and even. All these air bubbles get out. I'm actually going to put that down for just a moment. There we go, move it up just a little bit. There you go, you want to keep moving it real quick, just like that. Got my scissors, yep, right over here, so I'm good on that. Just keep stretching it, keep stretching it. It's actually going to be a, oops, look at that, got some on my finger. It's all good, that's why you wear gloves, because it's still really hot too. Not just it's sticky, it's still really hot, so just keep stretching it out. And it's just about time to start forming it into the shape and to start cutting it. So I'm going to put this mat back up there. Oops, if you can get that. Start stretching it out just a bit more. And you just want to start forming it, see, because with the heat that's on the pan, it's just going to make these sides super, super even. Super flat, just like that. You see, it's kind of like a square now. It's kind of like a rectangle. So what you want to do, you just want to keep twisting it over, making it as flat as possible, as flat as you can, right into the shape that you want. And I'm going to turn you guys right here for me, and we're going to go move these. I'm going to start stretching it out. That's all I'm going to do, just stretch it. Just a little bit, not too much. Just like that. I'm sorry, this part might take a minute, guys, but I'm actually going to get it done right. I want to get it done just like these bananas because they actually turned out really good. So what you want to do is you just want to take scissors if you want, and you just cut them. Just like that. I made these a bit thicker, so they're going to be smaller, but you can have them however you want. If you really like the flavoring of it, make them really big, you know? If you want them little, like little mints, make little mints. I have peppermint flavoring, and I make little mints, and I just cut them into little patties. That's all you got to do, because it's only a mint. You don't need a, you know, a big piece of that. So you just cut them however you want them, however it tastes right with the flavor. You don't want too much of one flavor, not enough of another, you know. Just mix it up. You really got to find your own taste. That's just how it is. You got to find what you like and, you know, how much that is. I haven't done much of the vanilla yet, so I'm not too sure how this is going to turn out. But I did do the orange cream, like I said, and we only put a little bit of vanilla, and it didn't turn out too good, not too strong. So, getting down to the last little bit right here, guys. Just like that. I'm going to take my gloves off because it's probably cold enough to work with, for me at least. And then, there we go. As you can hear, it's starting to crack a little bit. I let it cool a little too long. It's still really, really hot, but that's when it starts to cool down. So you definitely want to cut it before it starts to get cool. This usually isn't a one-person job, but when you ain't got no one else to do it, you got to do it by yourself, right? If you want candy. So that's what I got to do. Just cut them all up. I'm going to show you guys in just a second what these look like. I'm almost done. And these are getting better and better every day, guys. So the more you watch the videos, the better tips that I'm going to have. Even if you start making them yourself, come back and watch some videos and help me out. I'll help you out. You help me out. Because like I said, this is only about the 7th or 8th batch that I've done. So I'm still kind of learning. I'm still kind of learning how to do different things and, you know, different techniques and all that stuff. So if anybody else has any help or any suggestions, you know, just let me know. I'd be down to help out and take the advice from anybody. So sorry it's taking so long. I can't really like stop and show you right now because it'll actually harden up on you pretty quickly, and you can't really go back from that unless you heat it back up. So see, it's actually starting to harden up already. And there we go. That's the last piece, guys. So that's all of them. I'm going to go ahead and take the camera and show you guys real quick. We've got all of our little pieces right here. It's not quite a white piece, but it's more of like a tannish piece. I guess because of the vanilla flavoring, it was more or less like a brownish color. So it kind of mixed the two together. But it still looks really nice. Thanks, man. Thanks. When you stretch it, it looks like a whip. Yeah, right. It kind of does, though. Hey, cool, man. I appreciate that, Chris. I appreciate your help on the stream, dude. I really do. I don't know if you're a mod yet. Yeah, you are. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, I guess that's all we got for right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put these in the freezer for just a little while. I'm going to make sure that they're not touching too much. Throw them in the freezer for maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll be good. Take them out, store them up in a dry, cool place, and you'll be good to go. You'll have yourself a whole tray of candies, just like that. Easy. It's been 32 minutes so far, and I started just a couple minutes before I actually turned on the stream. So, I hope you guys did enjoy. Let's see who just joined the stream. I know somebody did comment. Classified Gamer, appreciate you for joining the stream, man. Unfortunately, we are just now wrapping it up. We just finished a batch of candy. But if you subscribe and turn on notifications, you can be in here next time for sure as soon as we start. So I appreciate you guys for joining again. And until next time, guys, I'm out.